What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Back with me, Thomas. Now we are working in our reptile room again. God, I've got so much hair in my face. So basically what we've got is we've got two new reptiles. We've got them not too long ago. I've got something really cool to show you guys. However, we've got another lizard. I'll have to let Maddie explain it when she comes home from work. But we also have a mildly venomous snake, and yes, you heard me correct, a mildly venomous snake, so which means if I've got this snake, it means it's not really dangerous because I only got a standard license. So we are going to be moving stuff around today, also because I'm going to start upgrading his tank. I'm going to be doing up all his inside of his tank. So the reason why there's nothing in there is because he only just arrived a couple of days ago. I think about a week ago, something like that. I had to travel far down, 4 hours out of Townsville to go pick this beautiful snake up. But what we're going to do, before I bring him out and show you and start telling you what he is, I'm going to start getting this tank ready. So I'm going to move him in here for about a day to maybe 2 days, while all the glue and stuff is settling. So basically the glue that we use is a silicone, I think I've got it here somewhere. Yep. Aquarium silicone. So this stuff here. Basically I use this stuff to glue all my tank's lids down. So as you can see, all that has just been glued down. So I don't want anyone basically coming in here trying to steal my snakes and stuff like that, because we do have some real gorgeous snakes in here where people will actually steal them, and don't ask me why, but people do steal snakes. So what we're going to do is I'll put you lovely people down here. What I'm going to be doing is basically, oh, there goes my mic, unorganised tonight. So basically get all these puppy pads in this tank, get it all nice and neat so we can move this beautiful snake over. But yeah, it's been a while since I've posted as well. I've got another video that's, well, it's currently, right at this second, it's currently uploading. I've had issues for the past couple of days. It's meant to be off and uploaded about a week ago. Obviously I got caught in, busy at work. So that's why you haven't seen a video from me for about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. That video is currently uploading. I don't know what's going on, it's just taking too damn long, so we'll just wait and figure it out. I'm trying to get everything sorted. I've got a really cool video, as you guys will see. It is, what was it? Ghost hunting at World War II bunkers. So I've got those. Hopefully it's uploaded. Because then, yeah, I've got to start, after I release this video, then I've got to upload part 2. But yeah, alright, so I'm going to grab the keys, because the keys are in the safe. All my keys are. And we're going to grab this beautiful snake out. Alright, so we've got the keys. Now it's just a matter of fact of getting this guy out. Now, again, they're not considered dangerous. I just still don't want to get bitten by them. So, from the owner that I brought him from, always use a snake hook to get him out. After that, he should be fine. Let's go ahead and... Come on, buddy. Oh, he's up in there. Hey, come on. Come on. So I'm going to see he's there, so while I get him out, I'm going to use the snake hook. I don't even know if I said what he is. Relax. There we go. This is a brown tree snake, mildly venomous snake. Very gorgeous coloured snake. Now obviously I'm doing this because I am in no danger at all. This snake is mildly venomous. It's not considered dangerous to humans or anything like that. So I could take a whack from this guy, no issues. Will not, will not kill me, in a way to say. If I do take a whack from this guy and he does chew and he does get his little fangs into my skin, I'm not in any danger besides probably a major headache and a little bit of throbbing pain. So basically local pain is what these guys will give you. But look at that beautiful pattern. That actually looks really beautiful on camera. And to show you the head, big head, small neck. Why is he doing that? Oh no, you're fine. Okay. So these guys bite the same way as a wormer. So basically what they do is they basically put their head right near your skin or near your finger and then whack. They'll just grab and bite you. Now obviously for this type of snake it's reared fangs. So reared fangs mean the fangs are at the back of the neck. So it's got to chew on its prey to envenomate. And depending from what the guy sold me the snake, what he told me, it's very hard to explain what it's like being bitten by these guys. But if they give you a good dose of venom, basically it feels like there's fluid going down your arm. So like a IV from a doctor or some stuff like that, if you guys have ever had fluids. So that's what it feels like. Now the other cool thing, I don't know how well you could see it, the big back belly, the back scales. These are one of the ways of snake catchers to identify a tree snake, or especially these guys. What are you doing that for? Knock it off. Not going up my sleeve. So that's a way to identify these guys, is from the sleeve. From the sleeve. Jeez, I'm getting my words mixed up. What are you doing? So what I'm trying to say is snake catchers basically identify these guys from the back scales, sometimes from the coloration and the heads. Obviously for me it's just like the patterns and the colorations. Like these guys are very easy to identify. And only because I've worked with these guys for a while now. So this is why I've finally ended up getting one of these. Beautiful snake, absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Now I don't know how well you can see it as well, but there's like a pinkish sort of colour. Oh, he's going all over the place. I'm just gonna have to wait till he gets out of my camera while I'm doing that. I might just show him why he's like this. He's very docile. Look at that. Big, massive head, small neck. Now, on the side of his head, these are his venom glands. So, he would have a nice little bit of a bite. I mean, look at that. Look at those eyes. Look how mad those eyes look. Look at that. Now, as I was trying to say, if he's going to let me grab him without any issues, just like that. Good boy. Oh, he's going to wrap. You might be able to see a bit of a pinkish colour to him, but he's got like this nice peachy pink underneath his belly. What are you doing? But I know the guy watches my videos and would like to say a big thank you. Alright guys, so for some reason the camera keeps cutting in and out, but I'm pretty sure I was up to the back scales. So see these back scales, the larger back scales on these type of snakes. So these snakes have the larger back scales on the spinal cord. So these guys are larger than all the other scales on the body. This is the easy way to identify not just the brown tree snake, but also a common tree snake. So it's a cool way to show you guys, this is how snake catchers usually identify them. But also what we're going to do, so we moved all the stuff in here. He's going to be in this tank for a couple of days. We're going to grab all this out, move this into a bag, keep it for safe storage. If not, I might get some more. Clean out this tank because we're going to put some real cool decorations in here, so I will be using some glue, which is hence why we're going to keep him into this tank for a couple of days. So a couple of days work, it's going to be worth it. He's going to love his tank afterwards. Isn't that right, buddy? Oh yeah, by the way, we've named him. His name is Kevin. Kevin the brown tree snake. Also nicknamed as Brownie. I don't know, it's something cool. I like my brownie, so you can see, I don't know, that's a cool rainbow on his head. But yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to get everything all sorted. I'm going to move him into this tank, and then we're going to go from there. I am going to get the missos to show off her new lizard. I'm not going to get close to it. I want her to show you what a lizard looks like and what it is. And we'll go from there. Alright guys, so we've moved the tank outside so I could work on it more, and that way the silicone smell doesn't stink up the reptile room. So these are the type of rocks I'm going to be putting into the cage, as well as to show you the plants. So as I said, we're using the silicone aquarium silicone base for these type of plants, so it's harmless for the reptiles, so it doesn't kill them. So this is the somewhat start process of doing these leaves and stuff like that. So these are all fake leaves. I've just ripped them off this vine, so we could either cut the leaves off, or we could use these little tiny little branch things. I have pulled off some of the leaves to make it look, you know, somewhat realistic and cool. So I've got another stick right here, all these rocks here. I think I might put this one in the Woma Python's tank. So these have all been cleaned. So is the sticks. The sticks hasn't really been properly cleaned. I've just set them in warm hot water for a couple of minutes and just basically left them out in the sun to dry out. So far so good. Everything is looking pretty well. I'm still pick and choosing what type of rocks I'm going to put in the brown tree snake's tank, as well as I think the missos is coming over with the stickers. So one side of the tank, I'm going to have the brown tree snake, the scientific name and his proper name. On the other side, it's going to have mildly venomous with some really cool caution signs that the misso's done. Basically just showing people that it is mildly venomous, but again, as I keep saying, it is not considered dangerous to humans, so I won't have any worries about getting bitten by it. I'm not too sure about the allergic reactions of some people, because like bees and stuff like that, people do have allergic reactions, so I don't know if people have like a major allergic reaction with this snake if they get bitten. So that's why I'm always keeping cautious to make sure, you know, I don't let everyone hold it. So yeah, that's the starting process. I can't wait to see this tank get done and stuff like that. Basically everything was for free, except for the silicone. All I need to go and spend money on is basically just the ground for the tank. So basically the stuff that we had in here before, I did actually, you know, chuck it out in the bin, or rather just get some new stuff. So it's a long timing sort of thing. It takes about a day to maybe 2 days for everything to dry out and to get everything perfect. Once those sticks are in, I've already marked right up the top of the tank here. We're going to use these tiny little screws to keep everything in place. Hopefully, because the branches are thick enough where these won't come out and come through, it won't hurt the snake. So we're trying to make everything as safe as possible for the snake, so I do not hurt him or harm him any sort of way. But just to try and make his environment look more realistic and make it look really cool at the end of the day. So he's the first snake that I wanted to get done, because obviously a brown tree snake do like to climb on trees and stuff like that, so that's why I've got branches and getting all that sorted first before I do any other tanks. The jungle python, I'm trying to make this really cool, like a jungle sort of effect, so that's going to look really amazing. So it's a long process. It's probably going to take me about maybe 12 to nearly 24 months to get all these tanks done, because it does cost a lot of money to get all these done. But yeah, so when I get everything sorted, I will turn the camera back on. Hopefully it'll be something interesting, but again, it's going to take about 2 to 3 days, so this video is going to go on and on and on for the next couple of days, which is probably one of my longest videos, to be honest with you. Usually the videos I do take about a couple of hours, usually about 8 to 9 hours. and then I'll just mash it down to like 30 minutes. So see how we go. Hope everyone enjoys this, and hope everyone actually learns a little bit about these type of snakes as well. Alright guys, so Dad and I, we had to drill the rocks to get all the plants in, so we drilled in the rock a little bit, so basically so I could glue these down. So I've done the same thing for this one as well. This one looks a lot more natural. So I've got everything all in place, everything's all done, all the plants are glued. We've got these actually screwed in. This is another stick that's here for just the balance, just to make sure everything just stays in properly. So when the snake climbs, it doesn't fall, doesn't anything like that. So I'm not really trusting the screws much. I'm actually depending on this branch here to hold everything. So far everything looks really good. So from a far distance, once I get all the rocks in, so for example, I'm actually thinking about putting this rock over at this corner here. Do something like that, that looks cool. So it's about another day or two before I could put the snake in, get all of the tank organised. Tomorrow I'm going to have to go over and actually buy bedding. Try and find some really cool bedding that would suit the snake. Probably the same bedding as what I've been using now. But other than that, everything's all intact. Everything looks really well. So I cannot wait to put the brown tree snake in there. But at the moment, I've took my beautiful jungle out. Look at him, absolutely gorgeous snake. So I got him out having some exercise. So it's an important thing to actually get your snakes out and have exercise and stuff like that. So basically, same thing what happened with the albino. Had a bit of build up of poop and pee. And that's only because it's just been sitting in heat and stuff like that, and it's not really moving. So that's why we get these guys out nearly every day, get these guys exercising. So then our snake could basically pee and poo properly without build up and stuff like that. So far that's what we're doing, but I just thought it was really cool to show you guys the tank and the setup of this tank. Really amazing. Can't wait to actually put him in. I'm actually getting really excited to put him in. Plus to see him come up here, climb up on the trees and just enjoy climbing around and stuff like that. At the moment, as I've showed you guys, he's in a temporary tank. So I'm put him in there for a bit. So probably about a day or two. I just need to make sure all the glue's dried up and stuff like that. I did have to drill in this log here just to get some fake plants and stuff like that. So working process. It's gonna, like, doing tanks and stuff like that takes a bit of time. Especially like I just had mine pretty plain, put a couple of fake plants in there, bit of bedding, water dish. Hopefully next fortnight, next 2 weeks, I'm gonna get this guy a proper water dish instead of that round, basically that round circle water dish that's been in there. So I'm gonna get something that looks cool, look more natural, and see how we go with that. But yeah, so we're getting there, working process. The next tank we're going to do is probably the jungles. I'm going to make it look more like a look more like a jungle sort of tank. So it's going to look amazing. I'm trying to get all the details, the textures, all that sort of stuff involved. So we actually might use these type of fake plants for the jungle. Because a lot of jungles do have these type of plants. The only reason why I'm using these in the rocks in this type of tank is brown tree snakes are usually like out in the bush and stuff like that. They're more like a bushy sort of snake. Can be found like in pretty much where I found the rocks and stuff is actually on top of a hill. I see these guys everywhere, and the environment was like more like the normal Australian sort of desert. Basically a bit of rocks, a lot of the trees and stuff like that. So this is where I actually found these trees that have fallen off on the ground. I won't ever rip off a tree if it's still on the branch itself. Won't do that. I'll just pick the stuff off that's off the ground that looks healthy and that looks very stable. Like this stuff here is very flexible. as you guys can see, very, very flexible. So that's why I've got no issues of putting a brown tree snake in here, because I know he won't snap it. Even me doing this with a lot of force, it's not snapping it. Alright guys, so it's day 2 in our building of our new tank, really. So I've got it all moved inside. Everything looks good. So had to drill some holes. It took me 8 hours. 8 hours to basically assemble it, put everything together. Because I had to clean the rocks, I had to clean the sticks, leave those out in the sun for about an hour or two. Then it came down to drilling in some of the sticks and stuff like that. So obviously I had to drill holes into the stick to basically hold the plant in. I'll get you a proper look, get this out the way. Basically I had to drill this stick to get this into the stick itself so it holds a lot more better. So I've done that for most of all of these sticks. So now I've got the bedding in. Now I've got to adjust this stick and put the stick in. But so far everything's looking good. The end touch is going to look really good. Missos did come over, but obviously we've had issues with our camera all day yesterday. So she should come over and she should be showing her lizard off today. But this is our new stickers for Kevin. So got a brown. We've got these little caution stickers up, which looks amazing. And then we've got the mildly venomous sticker as well, which is like a pinkish sort of colour. Looks amazing. So we're gonna keep on doing this, put the sticks inside, finish off the finishing touches, and then yeah, we're gonna move Kevin from his cage to his new enclosure. By the way, that little bastard, I got him out and I done something wrong. When a snake bites me, I don't blame the snake, it's always my fault. But I got him out, I laid him here, because he was curled up and he was really bitey and stuff like that. His tail was, you know, probably about a couple of centimeters away from his head. So I decided to go grab his tail. Should have used a snake hook, but I didn't. And he turned around and he got me really, I wouldn't say really good. You could probably just see a little bite here. A little fingerprint right there, a little mark. So he only had one fang in me for some reason. He didn't get 2 of them in me. So I did get envenomated by him. I had a little bit of knobbing pain in my thumb. It actually shot up to my elbow. So I had a little bit of pain in my elbow, and that lasted for about maybe 10-20 minutes. Then the pain eased off really quick. So it would be a lot more painful if he got me with 2 and if he pumped me for a lot of venom. But he only got 1 fang into me, and everything was great. So still love him to death. He's still one of my favourite snakes for these type of species snakes anyway. For mildly venomous snakes, he's still one of my favourites. Now also because in Australia we've got a couple of mildly venomous snakes. So for a good example, you got the black breasted whip snake. They're mildly venomous. A couple of the whip snakes there's different types of names and stuff, but the black list that comes on my head, because they're really common, you see them a lot. So they're mildly venomous, but they can do a little bit more damage to you than the brown tree snakes. In the python family, my favourite animal in the python family is, I don't know, I still love my womas. I used to love my womas all the time, but the jungles grew on me. I love my jungles. They grew on me really quick once I got him. I just don't know how to explain it, but they just grew so quick on me. But yeah, enough talk with me. Let's get this tank sorted and let's put this beautiful animal back in his enclosure. Alright guys, so now we're going to be mucking around with Kevin. So what we're going to do first is we're going to grab this water dish out first before I do anything else. I'm going to sit it in his tank. and then we're gonna play with Kevin. So, just to let you guys know, he might bite me. I probably will maybe cut it out, maybe not. But if I do get bitten, as I said before, I am in no danger whatsoever. These guys will not kill me. So he's always hiding in his little hidey hole. Or not. He's not hiding in this, so he's going to be in the paper. Now, because I've been bitten by him, I really don't want to get bitten again. Yeah, he's in here. He's all in here. So I've taught the missos this, so you don't want to pull if it is a venomous snake. Okay, I'm going to treat it like a venomous snake for now. You don't pull the bedding or whatever it's hiding under, you don't pull it up towards you. What you want to do is you want to grab the back here with your snake hook and pull it back. Make sure you don't see the snake, and then you pull it out. And then we've got a good eye on Kevin. And his head's right there, so we're going to try and grab his tail. There he is. Hey buddy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a good S up position, so he is in full strike mode now. This is what they look like when they strike. They go up into this S up mode, which is what he is in, and he's going to move back. And usually he'll try and escape if he sees no danger. So what we're going to try and do, see, that's a strike. We're going to try and be quick about it. Relax. Relax, buddy. Give me your tail. I want your tail. There we go, come on. Don't go back to your tail, I need your tail. Relax. So I'm going to try and grab for his tail, which I've now gotten. There we go. Little Mr. Kevin is very bitey today. So now I'm going to let him go through my hands. I'm going to calm him down. Show him that I'm not stressed out. I'm not going to hurt him. Because that's all the reason why they strike, is they think that I'm going to bite them or I'm going to hurt them. And look, he's just cruising up to my hand now. No danger at all. Just like that. So without getting tagged, we're going to move this beautiful animal to his new enclosure. No, 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 come on. No, 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 come on. In your closure. There we go, look at that. Isn't that a beautiful sight to see him go about his day? The other thing is I've got to stick his hidey hole in there, so that's going to be fun. Look at that. That is amazing. There he is over there. Oh, can't see because of his tail. Now he's going to check it out and have a look and explore. But there you go, there you go. 2 days of working in this tank. Hey guys, so we're back. This is our 3rd day in from doing 2 different tanks. So I've got Tarzan, which is my jungle python. He's currently in our temporary tank. Just to show you our beautiful jungle, there he is. Hey buddy, what you doing, gorgeous man? Look at those colours in him, beautiful colours. Alright, I'm going to put you back, leave you be. There you go, bud. So, I didn't get a chance last night to show off Kevin's new tank. So Kevin's in the back there, he's laying down. He made a bit of a mess of his tank when I came home. But I want to show you guys what it looks like with our lights, our decorational lights. So we're going to close these, close our curtains. There's our big boy. I'm going to do his tank as well. Actually, I'm going to give it a good clean. I'm going to grab our phone, and then what I'm going to do is switch off my camera light so it's pitch black. And I'm going to find my, this is basically what I work with. Bang, look at that. The end result of this tank Looks amazing. Gorgeous features into this tank. And from what I've seen, how messy he made this tank, it looks like he actually enjoyed himself really, really well. So, and actually watching him yesterday, if I get footage today, I'll show you. But just watching him go through the sticks and stuff like, just was an amazing sight to see. Because it's just like seeing these guys in the wild. How you see them just go on trees and they climb up these trees, and it's just an amazing sight. So I'm kind of glad I actually sat down and I actually done this tank the way I did. So it's just so amazing. Alright guys, so we've just got done with 3 tanks. Now the guy who's actually watched our videos, one of the snakes he knows, we brought it from him 6 years ago. Seems like a long time, but the snake is 6 years old. We brought it from the guy who actually watches my videos. And just to let you know, mate, he is a beautiful snake. Bit of a pain in the ass sometimes, as every black-headed python can be. But we're about to show off the new tanks. I'm going to switch these lights off, and also I'm going to switch my main camera light off. Look at this beautiful boy. So this is Taker. This is our black-headed python. Now he's just had a major upgrade of the tank. So he's got a massive tank. If you guys have watched some of my TikTok videos, from what he used to be in to now. If I got one of those TikTok videos, I might put them in this video to show what type of tank he was using. Massive water bowl. Kid you not, guys, this water bowl cost me, was meant to be $109. For some reason I got this massive discount for $98 off. It only cost me $11. But this is his new tank. This is the new surroundings that it's in. As you guys could see, that obviously he's burrowing through this debris. What are you doing? Yeah, it looks like he's got a crown of dirt on his head. These type of snakes do it, so does the womas. Amazing information about the womas as well is womas usually burrow a lot, so they always hit their nose, they scruff their nose. These guys are very quick, fast wrapping healers, so they'll heal really quickly, which is amazing. Obviously he's hiding in his what do you call it, just hiding in his little thing that he's got going for himself. I've got to try and find something big for Taker to hide under, that way he's not burrowing and messing up the tank. But yeah, so we've just got this big stick in here. We used about 5 or 6 screws. For some reason my camera's not focusing. There we go. So 5 or 6 screws into that. Then we've got our amazing brown tree snake who's in here. Then we've got our beautiful jungle python's new tank. Look at that. I wanted to try and change the background, the grounding, everything. I want it to look more like a jungle. Hence the name jungle pythons. Now this beautiful water dish, my partner made it, so she actually glued all the rocks on. And if he's gonna let me show him to you guys. Hey buddy, what you doing? There he is. Look at that. Doesn't that match his environment? Beautiful. I've got to try and get a golden black one, like a full jet black, jet yellow sort of colour. What you doing, bud? Want me to hide you? There we go.
Bum's poking out still.
Is it? He'll fit himself in it. So yeah, I wanted to try and change the cages a bit to make it look more presentable, like representable is a way to say it. And plus, just look at these, from this is the standard caging, to this. Isn't that awesome? It's actually some where I feel like coming in here every hour, every minute, just looking at these tanks. My partner and I, we've done an amazing job. Absolutely hours and hours spent, 2 days spent to get 3 tanks done. But we've got something really cool to show you guys. As I've been trying to get organised, I was meant to have Maddie come over yesterday. She did, but obviously I was just way too busy trying to get this tank sorted. But just about a new lizard.
Yes. Oh, he's just waking up. But he was asleep before. But this is Sunny. She is a leatherback bearded dragon. And yes, only maybe 3 weeks old. I don't know. How old is she?
I'd say about 3.
Maybe a bit older. But yes, leatherback bearded dragons. They're like a what do you call it? Like obviously a species of bearded dragon, but they're like a mutated species. So difference with them is they do have a lot less spikes on their back. Well, they say they have a lot less spikes, but to be honest, they actually have more just because they're a lot smaller. No one can really notice. But yeah, they'll never grow as big as a normal bearded dragon spikes, but the head will still be a bit spiky. They're just a lot smaller.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was asleep just before. But yeah, they just have a mutated gene. That's why. Yeah, they're just a bit different, and colour-wise they're different as well. You can see the pattern along his back, her back. And usually they're a lot brighter than bearded dragons as well, just your common ones.
Yeah, so what Maddie's trying to say is there's 3 different types. There's just your common bearded dragons, there's your leatherbacks, and there's also some
Things like central? I'm not too sure.
not central, see-through.
Oh, translucent.
Translucent. So which basically means translucent, there's actually no spikes, it's clean. Leatherbacks, they have less spikes. Then you've got your normal common bearded dragon, which have a lot of spikes, less coloration. This guy, or this female, she is going to look really gorgeous. By the way, I've learnt something new about these guys. So if it's cold and cool, they go this really dull colour. If they're really, really warm and hot, they go this nice bright coloration. So they do change their colours depending on the temperature, which is something cool to learn.
But yeah, currently she's feeding on crickets until they get a bit older, and then more leafy greens after that.
Yes. But yeah, there you guys go. That's Maddie's new lizard.
Yes.
So I obviously wanted to do something special for a Christmas present.
Oh.
And basically she wanted that, so I was like, cool, we'll just go get it for a Christmas present. And look at him, absolutely cheeky little bugger, moving his head around.
And just checking everyone out.
Alright guys, so I also got Maddie holding the camera for me, that way I could actually show you guys what we're actually doing in the tank. So I've just specifically set this stick up where I want it to go. So all I got to do is grab the drill and just change the settings of the drill, so that way we could drill the top up here in. And then what I'm going to do is try and drill in to the side here to get that in, just to keep it sturdy for the snake, and that way it does not fall and hurt the snake, if not break my tank. So it's just a process of setting this up. Alright, so that's in place. What we're going to do is just screw the side in and make sure that's all secured. Alright, so this is a bit of a pain, but we've got it in. I might actually lift this up to go put some silicone underneath that, just to keep it sturdier. But that looks pretty cool. Alright, cool. Alright guys, well, that's some of the process. So I'm just going to start fixing up little things. I think Maddie might be feeding her lizard soon. I think we might have to clean out the water tank, the water dish for Ruba. But yeah, she might be feeding her lizard, and I might show you guys the feeding process of him, because it is actually quite funny watching him feed. So awesome. Alright guys, so we just got some little crickets in there. So this guy's very basically just watches all the movement in his tank. Look, there he goes. Well, there she goes. It's actually pretty funny to watch. Look, there she goes again. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment down below, and also subscribe to see more of our videos.